So I'm Martin Large, and I run Hawthorn Press, and I'm also I've been a visiting lecturer in leadership at the University of Kent this last year, and it's been a pleasure to meet Amelia for conversations about her project work and her learning life over the last year.
I think this has been a bit longer than that, maybe? Not a couple of years.
You asked me a question.
I think it might have been, with how long? I think a couple of years, because we did lighting fires that first year, didn't we?
Was it at least 2? Yes,
yeah.
we met, was it 3 years ago?
Yes.
Because I had this question from a 17-year-old about my generation. I guess I'm in my 60s now, having pulled the ladder up on housing, education with university fees, and he basically challenged me about how what difference we could make to facilitate young people's development.
Yes.
So I talked with Amelia, and we came up with this program, Lighting Fires.
Yes.
Which was basically a kind of career and life planning process, a camp for young people aged, was it 16 to 19?
Yeah, 18, 19 mostly, yeah.
And one of the key design principles was I'm a fogey, long over the hill, but Amelia being 22, 23, 24, 23?
I'm 24, yeah.
Now. These young people in this group would naturally look up to you as to somebody who'd made the transition.
Yeah.
And that went really brilliantly, and there was a lot of learning and evaluation in that.
Yeah.
So I think that's how, and since then we've had various conversations about, for example, the home education, a place to grow project.
Yes. And
all the issues, for example, of leadership.
Yes.
You know, did you want to be brick wall, jellyfish, or backbone as the home education leader?
Yep.
And how you felt about that, and how you felt working with the parents and the children. Does anything go, or what?
Yeah. And I remember there's been a lot of, I've shown you quite a lot, or talked to you a lot about the different projects I was doing as well, to do with the teenagers at the Waldorf College and.
That's right, with
like
bridging the gap students, which is challenging but very productive work. And also we've been reflecting and evaluating the conversation cafe work.
Yes.
Building communities around burning questions.
Yes. Yeah, great.
However, it hasn't been necessarily an easy ride for you with I think one issue is how on earth do I earn my living and continue, my university studies and find time for that. Yeah, and you've been helpful talking that through with me as well, definitely. Yeah. And putting me on to people who can help me find funding for things or help turn my ideas into realities. That's been really helpful. That's not a problem with you, turning ideas into reality.
Thank you.
The challenge is probably a bit like me. There's so short a life, so many projects.
Exactly, yeah.
But the question is learning from them, isn't
it? Yes. And you've been someone who's helped me to reflect on the things that I've been doing so that I can learn from them to do different things and do them in different ways in the future. So thank you.
Yes, we went through I think it was quite a crisis last autumn, didn't we? Late summer, autumn. You were asking, should I continue with Gaia University, or what about work? And there was health questions. Wasn't there? Sort of holding that group. It's very responsible. The home education group, Place to Grow.
Yes.
And your living situation, and all that was quite a learning and personal and development challenge.
It was, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, no, it definitely was, and now that I've completed, I feel like I've completed some of those things. It all makes sense now, kind of, and as I harvest all the things I've learned. So
it's incredible to harvest all that. I mean, there was one big issue we've talked about, was the sense of being responsible.
Yeah.
And the dilemma between feeling responsible and also wanting to learn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And too much responsibility too soon can get in the, and what's the role of the adults or the more
The
middle-aged
elders,
people,
yeah,
know, and trying to work out what levels of appropriate responsibility.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
it does. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. So the last question is, how have you enjoyed doing this with me? How's that been with
I've
meeting me
it.
and having cups of tea every month, almost every month or two? Yeah.
I've absolutely loved it. Like today, I could show you the Woodland Workshop book that Patrick's just done for feedback, and so I've learnt a lot. For example, all the home education stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, I published a book on home education called Free Range Education.
Yeah.
So I learnt a lot about that through what you were talking about.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But I've got this, and you helped me about the leadership work I was doing at the University of Kent. Do you remember?
I do remember.
The
yeah.
rope exercise.
Yeah, giving you some ideas for that.
And how on earth do you help these? I found them rather conventional.
Yes.
Young, 19 to 23-year-olds.
Yeah.
And my motto is lighting fires.
Yeah.
I had to fan the embers quite strongly.
Yes, absolutely.
Inviting them and giving them permission to ask questions. But you helped me with that.
I'm really glad. Thank you.
You also gave me hope that there were young people who were into learning and reflective action and doing.
Yeah,
and creating leadership opportunities.
No, we are out here, definitely.
That was a real relief. But I learnt a huge amount through that.
Yeah.
But I am left with questions. The one question is, how do we, with the Lighting Fires workshop, how do we develop that as a body of work?
Yeah. I look forward to seeing where we could take that in the future, definitely.
Exactly.
I haven't finished with this sort of work by any means, no.
Yes, and also leadership. How do we enable creative leadership of young people in their 20s so that they can really make a difference through finding their vocation, dare I say it.
Well, I look forward to coming and visiting, and then in the future dreaming up more ideas of things that we can do.
So thank you. And I also look forward to learning the graphic skills, skills, and looking forward to reading your project on A Place to Grow.
Well, thank you very much, Martin.
Thank you.
Thank you.